Hello dudes and lady dudes, Jean here, and today we're going to talk about something. This is going to be part one, because as I was thinking about this, I realized it's going to be like a forever video if I don't just make it into two videos. You know that word, compartmentalize. I feel like there's another syllable. Anyway, look at that, it's already 20 seconds. But this has to deal with our legal system. So there's a bit where should the law be black and white, or should there be a gray and some discernment and whatever. Talk about that probably tomorrow. I need a video for tomorrow. But today I'm going to talk about the fact that our legal system has nothing to do with the legalities or justice or anything like that. It doesn't matter which part of the legal system you're talking about, whether it's criminal, whether it's civil, whether it's family law, whatever. Pick an aspect of the legal system, and it's not about doing what's right or good for society. What it's about is making money. Why do I say this? Because look how much money lawyers make. Just think about a court case and think about how cut and dry, how black and white, how black and white it is. Obviously, this is the legal answer. Then ask yourself, how many tens of thousands of dollars, if it's a bigger one, how many hundreds of thousands of dollars do the lawyers make? When we have a video of someone clearly just breaking the law and there's nothing, there's still lawyers making thousands and thousands of dollars. When the right to represent yourself was introduced, it was not meant to be legal suicide. It was meant to be that the law is so plain and simple that you could do it. Did you know you have these rights? Yes, you did. That's why they read you your rights. Okay, well, you could represent yourself, or you could have someone do it. It's kind of like do you want to talk or do you not? That's what it was made for. But we have now allowed lawyers to lawyers to become judges, judges to become politicians, all that. They're politicians even though they're actually on the judge's bench, which is just terrible. It's just corrupt. But it's all this convoluted scheme of just twists and turns and whatever because, well, they bill by the hour. I mean, just I don't know, maybe this video isn't going to be long because it should be so obvious. Well, what's common when you have two sides fighting in a court battle? Which side's going to win? The side with more expensive lawyers, the side with more lawyers, the side that can outmaneuver. It's just like, what's the law? This is the law. Well, then this should be the decision, right? That's the way the law is supposed to be. But we've added layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of laws. Look at the U.S. Constitution. Look at Canada. We actually kind of have that built in. We have a Constitution. We have a Bill of Rights. We have a Charter of Rights and Freedoms. All this stuff. And they're kind of like, well, we take part of this and we're trying to incorporate it. And then, oh yeah, and we could throw it aside and whatever. But it was a short document as far as a legal book. It's like a short document, and now this is what you need for everything. Think about some of the things. Think about like children that need adoption. Our government is paying millions of dollars a year to foster children because they need a place to go. Orphanages, well, I won't say it's all the government. The Catholic Church is actually huge. Of course, people, Catholic Church, but they're actually huge into funding orphanages. Not always running them too, so whatever. But there's so much money being poured into orphanages, and there's so many families wanting to adopt. There's so many good families. Why don't we just get the kids to the families? Money. The families wanting to adopt is always it's like $60,000 to $100,000 in some places just to adopt a child that needs a home. That's ridiculous. There's no conceivable reason. Well, we got to make sure it's a good home. Well, I mean, all we can do is pretty much criminal record check, child abuse check, all these checks that we do for other things very easy. Literally takes a phone call or a database. Well, can they do it financially? Well, we can literally see if they could buy a house within 2 hours, if they can afford to pay for it. Well, this, well, that. Well, no, it's not all these things. It's not these checks to make sure that the child is going into a home that will love them and sustain them. What it is how do we get as much money out of this child into our own pockets before we get rid of them? Plain and simple. Again, legal system, civil system. Why is spilling a cup of hot coffee on you? Why do you get $30 million instead of Oh, well, you missed work for a week and you know what, that really hurt. Here's your medical bills, here's a week's pay, and here's a little extra. Um, Lawyers, money, right? Plain and simple. How many politicians were at one time political law lawyers or some sort of law person, lawyers? A lot of them. That's kind of like if you want to be a politician, take law. You got to know how to manipulate the law to become a politician. Judges are all former lawyers. Um, and, and you can see this with even the checks and balance in the legal system, just the appeals and whatever. This court says no. Well, you know, this court's going to say yes, and then it's going to go to this court and this court and this court, and then it has to climb the ladder. Why? Money. The courts know that. They know that by passing it up the ladder, they're all scratching each other's backs. The upper court's not going to come down hard on the lower court for always ruling wrong, because the upper court's making money off this. Plain and simple. Oh, we have to expand the upper court. We have to hire more people who get paid more. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. It's all a money racket. Pick any part that has to deal with lawyers. You write a will for yourself, and if you don't have a lawyer come and write the exact same thing you wrote, then you run the risk that your children don't get your money, and the government's going to put a hold on it, or liens, or other people are going to come and try to grab it. But if the lawyer writes the exact same thing and puts their signature on it, it's suddenly binding. It's just not the way it was meant to be. It's not the way our system was actually intended to be designed, but we have allowed it to be this way. We have allowed it to become this just convoluted, corrupt nest of grossness. And it needs to change. How do we change it? Well, take that giant law book and throw it out. We have documents that tell us our rights. We have documents that tell us our laws. Stick with them. We have to replace judges. Honestly, we have to replace the ones that are doing it as part of a pyramid scheme or the ladder scheme. You got to get rid of them and get ones that say, okay, this is the law. It doesn't matter if the lawyer's getting paid $10,000 an hour, or you know, it's some lady from the trailer park. We don't got time for that. This is the law. She says this is what happens. This lawyer is all blah 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 blah. No, doesn't matter. This is the law. She wins. You lose. Go away. Right? That's the way it should be. The law is right, and that's it. But that's not the way it is. The same case can be tried to two different judges, the exact same argument, and different judges will rule differently, or to the same judge, but different lawyers argue it, and the judge will rule differently. Like, there's no continuity, there's no, you know, legal precedent. Well, we have legal precedent. No, we don't. We really don't, because it's so much, oh, well, that dealt with, it looks very similar, but it doesn't deal with it exactly. But this one here, that looks very similar, it is exactly. So we're going to rule this way instead of this way. It's a crapshoot. Anyway, if you agree, legal system is just a money-making racket, pyramid scheme, worse than essential oils, then you know what to do. You do the YouTube stuff. If you disagree and you think our legal system is awesome and great, you can leave the thumbs down, but please don't feed a homeless person. You're going to infect them. It'll be gross. Like and share. Actually, feed a homeless person, obviously. Whatever, spite me. Like and share. Do all the YouTube stuff. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again.